Hello. So, good morning. I am 25,451 days old today. It's my birthday. And I have to make sure that's shut off. Good. Okay. So, we're good. So, let's see. I just wanted to talk about a few things concerning abiogenesis. And I came up with kind of an analogy. I don't know how well it's going to work, but suppose this is what we observed in today's world. We have this piece of wood stuck through a piece of concrete. And we come upon this and we have to figure out exactly how this happened. And we have two camps. We have one camp that said it was a natural force that did it. Somehow there was a wind or something that drove this piece of wood through this block of concrete without breaking the wood. And we have physicists and theoreticians working on how that could have been. And we have the other group that says, no. Somebody drilled that hole and stuck that wood in there and made it look like it, was driven through it. So it was intelligently designed. And we have the two camps fighting. Well, the camp that thinks that it was done with natural forces, the challenge is, how did this happen? And can you prove that it can happen again? So they get their very best, suppose this is not exactly an advanced civilization, and they get their best catapults and slingshots, and they throw boards at test walls, and all of them crack, and none of them go through the concrete. And then one day somebody builds a machine, but it takes them just a tremendous amount of work to build this machine. And he tries it 100 times and like it fails and fails and fails. But then one time he gets things lined up so precisely, so perfectly, that the wood goes all the way through the concrete. And the intelligent design group will say, well, you set the conditions very carefully. So, hey, thank you, Scott. It's my 25,451st birthday, not exactly a year birthday. So it's my birthday every day. I'm sorry, guys. I count the days that I've been alive, because I'm going to die soon, and y'all ought to subscribe. Anyway, so we have these two different camps, and they're fighting it out. And the intelligent design people are going to say, well, no, you controlled the conditions. That's how you got it to happen. It couldn't possibly have happened naturally. And the natural camp is saying, no, there are, many things we don't know about what happened in the world while we weren't watching. And it could have been that a wind came up and drove this board just perfectly through that concrete. It could have happened by chance. The intelligent designers will pull out an envelope and start doing some calculations about how improbable and how finely tuned that has to be, right? So that's kind of where we're at with, at least that is how I see it. Now, there were some comments yesterday. Oh my God, who the hell is that? I don't know how this guy got so old. Oh, let me see. I got to pull up the screen here. Application window. We had some comments from Otangelo yesterday. Also, at 11 o'clock, we're going to discuss this whole, that little piece that happened with Smokey at the end of Otangelo's stream. And I think the accusation was that I am somehow dishonest, which concerns me a great deal, because the last thing in the world I want to be is dishonest. And I have to figure out exactly what in the hell you guys talking about. It's hard to figure. So if you can see this here, we have all of that materials have to present as a narrative. And I know I went over this yesterday. Okay. Yep, Scott, that's the point. We do know that tornadoes do this because, we have a lot of evidence, but, you get the analogy. Suppose we had never seen a tornado do that before, or we'd never even seen a tornado. I mean, it's possible that there's a tribe out there somewhere that had never seen a tornado. They'd never seen a wind that strong. And we have these damn naturalists who have faith in nature and they believe that, you know, that a wind could be that strong. I don't know. Anyway, so materialists, I know I'd gone over this yesterday. Anyway, we're going to do it again. Materialists have to present is a narrative that explains the origin of life in a more adequate manner. Well, yeah, a narrative is what you do for historical inferences. You know, we're trying to infer what happened in history. And this particular history now explained that if you wrote every step that happened in order to get from the prebiotic Earth to life, good. If you wrote every step on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, it would probably go around the solar system about 1,000 times if you lined those steps up. So we're trying to figure out something that happened just billions and trillions of steps, and in this prebiotic Earth, which we don't have complete access to. We can't go back there. We have to infer what it was like. So I mean, it's a very, very difficult problem, and the fact that we don't have an answer after 70 years, so what? We don't know. We're agnostic. So to move from a comfort zone to something else requires will and courage. Okay. So what is my comfort zone? My comfort zone is that I am a naturalist. I look at the world around me. I see nothing supernatural happening. I have a tremendous amount of books back here on science that talks about how natural things happen in the world. Not one of them have a good, absolute proof of something supernatural happening. So my comfort zone, it's not my comfort zone. It's where we live. I'm sorry. It's our neighborhood, not our comfort zone. Okay. Now, I'm a naturalist and not a believer because I was not raised in a Christian household. My mother called herself a Christian, but, you know, it just wasn't a big deal where I come from. So I was introduced to Sunday school for 2 years when I was 6, 7, and 8. And I rejected it flatly as being just a story, right? In fact, my Presbyterian minister pretty much told me it was just a story, you know. So I mean, that's where I came from. So I don't have this this God belief that you have. Yeah. So Laura, you tried to explain it to Tony. I mean, he doesn't get and he keeps putting the same thing out over and over and over again, that, oh, they use controlled experiments. Well, of course we use controlled experiments. That's how you figure out every step of the process. It has to be highly controlled. And he just will not get it through his head. I talk about comfort zone and being blinkered. You know, I mean, that is our accusation against them, and they make the same accusation against us. This is a weird world where we have people so divided in beliefs. You know, we can take that to political arenas as well. But if you wish to remain in your comfort zone, Mike, that is up to you. I don't know. Comfort zone. Okay. I don't know why he thinks, I guess Christians think that atheists just want to sin, you know, and they don't want to believe in the afterlife. They don't want to believe that all they have to do is accept Jesus and they can have paradise forever after they die. Why the fuck would I choose dying if, you know, if I believed that paradise was, I don't know. I just want to sin. I'm 69 years old. I don't sin anymore. I'm sorry. I don't have the energy to do that. All of your projection of, you know, why atheists don't want to believe in your God, why we refuse your God, it just isn't plausible to us, okay? It's not an option for us. We have naturalism. So, yeah. How many times has Tony repeated himself? I have a collection of chats, and I've been meaning to go through and pull out Tony's great wisdom and add it up and see if he's ever said anything of any substance other than that one thing. James Tour is right. Scientists use controlled conditions. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, so it is not my task to attempt to gain converts. Good. That's fine. If you feel frustrated by the fact that materialism does not convince me and other theorists and creationists, you might ask yourself what your goals are. My goal is that you stop denying science and coming up with things that you can't prove. I guess that's my goal, particularly for 6,000-year-old Earth people, yaks, young Earth creationists. You guys need to stop because nothing supports your idea. Nothing in science supports your idea. And the reason I got on YouTube at all is to push back against pseudoscience, which I believe is what every yak does. Mutable's here. Should I send you a link, Immutable? Anybody want a link? I mean, I could probably put the link right in chat here. Whoever wants to stop in. We are going to talk about this, I think, at 11 o'clock, Immutable, so I didn't think you'd be up so damn early. Anybody who wants to come in. Hi, Brainbug. I didn't see you up there. Oh, let's see. Where's Brainbug? Brainbug says, hey, we got Lori, we got Scott, we got Minnie Karen. We have Immutable. Anyway, so let's see here. Because the evidence is too powerful to make us come back to a godless worldview. Now, all of the evidence that Otangelo puts out is his blog, which just goes over and teaches us molecular biology and cellular biology. It teaches us biology, okay? So these guys learn biology and they see something very complicated in how life works today. And they say, oh my God, such a complicated thing must have been created by an intelligent designer. And I look at it and I say, well, we have not been able to figure out how to intelligently design those things. The only intelligent designers I know are other human beings who have big fingers. I cannot make life in a cell by pushing molecules together because my fingers are too big. We have technology that's gotten, smaller and smaller. James Tour is working on things to create nanomachines, try to make those kinds of things happen. But for the most part, we don't know how to do this. We can't do this. We don't have the capability of building a cell. We don't have the technology to build something like that. We barely have the technology to put together chemical sequences. I mean, we're in our infancy. So why would I think an intelligence could do it? Natural means to me, it looks a lot more plausible, especially when I listened to Demeter in his talk yesterday, where he showed Otangelo and the rest of us one of the pathways where it could happen. You have to go to work. Interesting. Work. What an interesting concept. Okay. Anyway, it's Shabbat. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. We are clueless Americans. Anyway, so you will ignore everything that does not confirm what you want to be true. No, I don't ignore anything. Every time you guys talk, I listen. I look at the papers that you link. I go out and I read them. I read the books. And I try to find out whether or not you've got something. Because if you got something, I want to know it. That's all I've been doing for the last 2 years is listening to Standing for Truth and Raw Matt and looking up every source they come up with and vetting it. And I'm sorry to say that not a thing you guys have come up with hashes out. Nothing holds up when you start reading the science around the science, when you start looking at the sources. Anyway, I'm trying to keep up with chat a little bit. Mutable, you want to come in? Cool. So Yeah, Demeter does explain it rather well. Uh, I'm rereading his papers today and trying to get an even better grasp of this so that we can put this information out there, because he has a very plausible route and he has some very reasonable ideas about the how this all got started and how it's self-generated and how Darwinian selection started up very early. So anyway, this constant accusation that we're being blinkered and we just don't want to believe in whatever. I don't know what to tell you guys. I can't believe in whatever it is you're proposing because it just seems completely implausible, ridiculous to me. What can I do? Anyway, anybody else want to come in? I don't know. Let's see. We are going to we're going to go over that little bit at the end of Otangelo where I interacted with Smokey and he said that we were dishonest, and we're going to analyze that little segment and figure out whether Smokey has a point, whether I was dishonest, and exactly what he means by my being so dishonest, and some other things like he mentions, oh, Speed just went on to do damage control about reading his books. Oh God, do we have to go over that again? Really? Do we have to? How many books have you read, my friend? Should we create a list, each of us? Maybe. I don't know how we're going to resolve that, but damage control. If there was damage, it was you flinging stones at me, and yeah, I got to duck once in a while and maybe explain things. I mean, God, you have 4 points, Smokey, and we're going to go over those 4 points. You have 4 critiques of me, and they all came about during that disaster conversation where you put me in a room with Anthony, and Anthony did nothing but insult me, and you did nothing. You did nothing, my friend, to defend me or stop the insults. You did nothing to keep that dialogue going in an intellectual direction. You let it turn into a shitstorm, and you seem to revel in it. And I'm sorry, but that was your fault. That was on you. I barely got a point out, and you guys were all over me with name calling and insults and all of that. And that's where it started. I mean, that was the beginning of it. And if you want to look at the history, it's there. I did not call you names until you attacked me. I thought you were my friend. Can't pick your nose. What? What are you talking about? Oh, this one guy's here. Hey, you should stop in, this one guy. Talk to me. Did I put the link in there? Did I? I don't know if I did. Oh my God, I probably didn't. I don't know. Anyway, so kind of rambly this morning. I'm not sure where the day is. Oh, we're also going to have, we're hoping to have a live open mic show tonight. And we're going to try it on a Friday night in spite of Leophilius's insistence that Friday night won't work. Saturday night is for Saturday Night at the Atheist. So I think we're going to try to take a little bit of a different tack as far as the name calling, and when people come into our chat, and if they want to sling insults, they are going to be thrown out, period. On my morning reports anyway. Saturday Night at the Atheist, we will not throw anybody out. So if you guys want to come and call us names and do stuff, do it on that show, because on that show, we are going to be calling you names, because that is a no holds barred, us getting the frustration out of our system, that sort of thing. It's midnight. Are you here?
Yes.
Hey.
I had to mute.
You have to mute?
No, I mean I had to mute the YouTube stream.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I had that little thing with Smokey yesterday on Otangelo's channel. Did you see that?
No. I was
Yeah.
busy doing my own thing. Classes started this week, so
Oh,
trying
okay.
to do things. I just came in here to say hello and hi, Smokey. Are you outside the chat? I don't know. I didn't see it.
No, he's not around today. I think he's sleeping. He had a bad day yesterday, so.
Ugh.
Anyway, we're I think we're going to do an open mic tonight and see what happens. Just kick some things around, science, whatever anybody wants to come up with.
Open mic. Interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it gonna go better than Smokey's open night the other day?
God, which one? God, those guys.
The one where Jay Pasick came on, and then Otangelo came on and said, "You're a liar, Jay Pasick. You lie. You're an atheist lie." Like Jesus Christ, calm down, dude.
Who said that?
Otangelo, like Smokey Jay Pasick talked to Smokey about some things, but then Otangelo came
Otangelo
on.
called Jay a
Oh
liar.
no, so sorry, Gavin. My
Oh,
bad.
Gavin. Oh,
I
yeah.
get the two confused.
Well, did you see where Gavin was telling Shadow Dancer? He was saying, "Be quiet, woman. Be still." He was yelling at her, and then they threw her out. I mean, I couldn't believe it. That was weird. It was like, God, I've seen there's so much. I mean, there's so much crap going on between those people. It's just,
Yeah,
who was just here and left? Somebody was just here and left. Who was that?
I don't know. I'm here.
Yeah, but somebody else popped up and I missed it. I was talking. Anyway, there's so much discord over there, and they're working on it. I mean, they're trying to repair it. Smokey had a stream on last night. I listened to about 15 minutes of it, and he sounded pretty reasonable, So, hey, it's this one guy.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey,
Oh great, this one guy's mic is gonna murder me.
so
No,
what do you
I'm
think?
on my headset today, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a little gravelly, but we were just talking about the absolute shitstorm that has happened in the Praise That I Am and Smokey arena. It's almost hard to watch. I mean, I feel sorry
Yeah.
for a lot of the
I know.
people. I mean, I feel sorry for him. I actually felt sorry for Shadow Dancer, even though I really don't think much of her ideas. I thought she was, just seeing somebody treated that way is difficult to watch. So I don't know what the hell is going on over there. I mean, all of this intense wars over how you interpret a biblical passage or a doctrine. What do you think of that?
Well, being a godless atheist is probably doomed to hell. I don't really care about because it's like, okay, well, you either interpret the text in a way that's so batshit wrong that that you have to that you have to put pieces that are not in there, or you just take the text as it is. Like, okay.
I would I would say it's good to have arguments. It's good to have
I mean, I didn't. I mean, I
all these things.
I never said you shouldn't argue. I never said not having
Well,
arguments.
I'm not
You get the
making
point.
an argument, but yeah. I'm just
Yeah, I mean,
saying I think it's
arguments, but I
good,
mean, God, does it have to
but
get that vicious?
I guess it all depends on a certain type of group. Like I went in there last night to explain my piece of it. Like if you've known a person a long time, which was kind of what was being described in the scenario, like they had this type of relationship where they've known each other. So it's like okay because they've known each other, which I would agree with, if you can talk with your friends any way you want to, as long as it's in good company. But it appears that was overplayed, so to speak. So in that context, if someone's bantering like that, but you don't really know the individual, there's no reason to act like that because why would you, act like that to a stranger? I don't know.
Yeah,
But it's weird.
yeah. It
Um,
just it all
yeah.
seems kind of mean spirited and like it's gotten out of hand. It's kind of tearing a few of those channels apart. I think, and it's ridiculous. Here
Well,
is
just, yeah, it's been
Wilton
boiling it
Gate,
down. Oh, sorry.
kind of Chabad light, but that's kind of what? I don't know. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I kind of hope that they straighten this out, and I kind of wish the best for them. So
Like I said, the only reason why I started to go on my channel and make videos was only because of all the BS that was going on and going down. It's no longer a place of like peace, so to speak. You know.
yeah, you don't feel like going into some of those live streams like I did
No.
yesterday. It's not comfortable. It's just very, very uncomfortable. I mean, why would you go to? I mean, it would be like voluntarily going to an IRS audit. It's Will Kincaid. Oh, no,
It is.
there goes the fucking neighborhood.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh my God!
Shabbat shalom,
I don't want to be
Goyim.
associated with this racist. I'm kidding. How you doing, Will?
You're gonna
Shalom
be
alaikum.
demonetized now.
My Goyish brothers. Hello.
Like you, look. I have to say, Will, you are one of the greatest trolls I've ever met in my life.
Oh my
Thank
god!
you.
And you managed to piss off all sides.
Yeah, nobody's safe. Fuck, lock the doors, board them up, put the dresser in front of the bedroom door. I'm coming.
Right.
I'm coming. Anyway, yeah, so I'm not really super familiar with Speed of Sound of Gravity or Otangelo or Leophilius or any of these. I know these people sort of like in passing because
Right.
they're people that like associate with Smokey in an indirect fashion.
Well,
And
they
right
don't
now,
really associate with him. They argue with him. I think there's a difference.
Yeah, we're kind of at war.
well,
with
the association is that you argue with him. I'm sorry, we're splitting hairs here. I can,
I guess fair enough. Okay, fuck you. Fair enough. But fuck you.
I guess fuck you. Hello, I'm a Borat. Anyway, so
No, say no strong.
I'm kind of exploring my options because I get bored easily. So
Oh,
I mean, so do I. But you don't see me going around trolling. Then again, I suck at it. So there you go.
no, it's okay. It's funny because my detractors simultaneously say that I'm a retard that doesn't know what he's talking about, and these are mostly like really liberal-minded people that call me these things. So it's
Yeah,
pretty funny.
they say you're stupid and somehow you're a mastermind, right?
That is the
Oh,
so
believe me, I've had that shit thrown at me. Never mind. I won't go into
I
that. But
do Machiavellian things, but a lot of the times there's coincidences that happen that I get accused of setting up, right? And
Is
I
that
just
what
take
you
credit
called
for it
that?
anyway because it doesn't the obfuscation of the truth is what makes me good at what I do. So it doesn't matter. I take credit for things that I didn't
look,
do that look like something I did. And
you know how to manipulate people fairly well. I'll give you that.
So wait a minute.
I
You're
was
calling
raised
that
by horrible people. I was
I mean, so
raised
was
by
I, but
monsters.
well,
You're
never
calling
mind.
that thing.
Let's not measure dicks here.
Say, Will.
No, I know. I was raised by monsters, and I took that sort of learnedness in monsterdom and taken it to a new level where
I
everybody
mean, I
gets
would
a
argue,
spanking.
I would argue you should be better than the monsters you were raised by, but to each his own.
I would have.
Well, I don't go
I would have
around,
thought it was wolves.
I indiscriminately call out and deal with people on an individual basis. Whatever's funny. I think laughter is probably and mocking people
But
is
do you
probably
ever
the
call
best
out
weapon
yourself,
in the
Will?
arsenal of argumentation, and I don't think people use it enough. So I do.
And just said, do you ever call out yourself? Do you air yourself on your own episode? Look at
Hell
Will
yeah, I do.
Kincaid's bullshit.
All
No,
the
nobody's
time.
safe. I've made. If you watch Smokey's stream where I hijack his stream, I do it several times there. It's worth a watch even if you don't like Smokey.
Oh god, you were so fucking funny on that one Smokey stream. I just,
I know. I'm kind of
I wanted
stroking
to
myself
order
off
one
here,
of your
but
mugs, but then you said something that offended me, so then I figured, fuck you.
I mean, isn't offense taken, not grant? What the hell was I saying? Offense is
Right.
taken, not given, or something.
Something to that effect. Yeah.
So are you calling that thing with Knock and Smokey a coincidence? That
Yeah,
show
I
you
noticed.
did?
Yeah, I've said. Well, here's the thing. Nobody takes me seriously, which has been a boon and a curse. So when I come out and tell people what the truth is, nobody believes me either way. So I'm not even sure it's worth saying, but I guess I'll say it again for the sake of posterity. I knew what they were going to do up until the minute they did it, and then they
Right.
switched what they were going to do. So what
Yeah, I
you
think-
saw Knock do was what kind of like what Smokey was going to do, and
Oh, you froze. You froze.
vice versa. So I could not have expected that. I did not set that up.
Well, I think
As
Knock
far
really
as like EMC and Lowe and Quentin, I didn't tell them to do anything.
No,
I
well,
gave
you are
everyone like
the ultimate puppet master.
and we got a show tonight too. We got I'm gonna try to get somebody to debate me on fucking.
No, wait, hold on.
Thank you.
Immutable. Are you walking right now?
Yeah,
Okay,
you
No.
walk
come
Immutable.
on.
Immutable can never show up because he's always fucking walking. Apparently,
I mean, if he actually is walking, good for him. It's it's healthy. It's good. I just got done.
Oh, I thought I was
the
people
elliptical,
call me
but
fat, so I mistook what you're saying.
I never called you fat.
No, I know you didn't. I said people in general, so
No.
I mistook what you were talking about. I'm on mobile, so I don't.
Yeah, I
have
was gonna say
headphones or
sorry
anything.
if I didn't mute my mic. That was my bad.
yeah.
I just figured I'd come in and see what Speed is talking about. Then again,
This was
then
going to
again-
be a highbrow intellectual conversation, and then you two.
Whoopsie.
Don't you mean you three?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I don't know Tog that much, so I can't
Well,
comment.
no. You said it was going to be a highbrow conversation, right? Then you said you two showed up, implying Tog and Will. But then I was like, don't you mean you three?
No, I mean
Implying
you,
myself.
Midnight.
I have
you get
come
the
to
joke.
hijack the stream once again. This is the Will Kincaid
You
show. I
hijacked
tend
it.
to do that. I just take over other channels, and it's like, hey, guess what?
Yeah, well, what the
This is
hell?
mine now. This is my swamp.
You
Okay,
got some.
Shrek.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
got some
I
great shit.
guess that
I'll
is a
tell you.
Shrek There's a Shrek reference. Is that the word? I don't know.
Reference, yes.
Shrek,
But
Shrek.
Shabbos is coming up, and what is it? What time is it now? Less than 12 hours, like 10 hours or something.
I'm not a
sundown.
vampire. Unlike some people, my genetics don't entirely hate me. Hey, Immutable.
Hey, fuck it. Will was out walking, and he was still online. So what
I
the hell?
know. I managed
Yeah,
to figure out how mobile works.
but Immutable uses the reason that that his data hates him. So that's why.
No,
And
he,
Immutable, wow. You know what? I'm gonna let that slide.
he can't walk and talk at the same time. I think is a
Well,
problem.
I mean, I'm going to be out walking a lot. I got a Trump rally to go to, and I'm going to burn a Quran today.
You're going to a Trump rally?
Okay. Well, I don't have any love for religion, but don't burn books. That's just wrong. Fuck you.
Why? It's just a fucking symbol. It's me saying people burn American flags. People burn
Okay,
Saudi flags.
but burning a flag is different than burning a book. I mean, I know, I know that
How?
both have significant meaning to. Well, okay. A flag is. I don't know. Just don't burn books.
What if the book is his personal property and not from the library?
Yeah.
I know
we
it's a
purchased-
personal property, but it's like it's like because I own this car, I will destroy it.
So I shouldn't.
Okay.
So I shouldn't burn this book that I have about Hitler being the greatest person in the world.
Yeah.
I should keep that book and just.
Oh hell, keep that one.
I
Yeah,
really,
it's just
Todd,
simple. Okay, so
I really love how you use that. I really love how you use that reference. In my opinion, because it's a book, yes, it doesn't matter whether. Never mind. Fuck you.
I know. I did that because I love you.
It's a symbol of me disagreeing with the ideology that's contained within the pages of the book. That's what it is. And it's to show that there's some people on this planet that just can't handle symbols. They get really upset about it, and they have to kill people over it. So
Look, I get it, but at the same time, it's like, you know what? Do what you want. It's your fucking book.
Can I
Right.
burn a book? Can I burn a book into the heart of my soul?
No.
That's
Midnight
not allowed.
may not-
Burn the
okay,
words.
hold on.
like
Midnight
Into my
may or may
soul
not have
and
a
take 'em
sexual
in.
attraction to books. I mean, no comment on that, Immutable. Fuck you.
Well, I mean, people in the Middle East burn other humans for disagreeing with them. So, I mean,
Burn a
this is
fucking
pretty
book.
mild.
Yeah.
This is pretty standard sort of thing that I'm doing. I've had people get really offended, especially atheists, which is weird. I thought you guys didn't like religion, but all right, I guess the
Oh.
cat has decided to join the fucking stream. She
We
came
just
home
like
and
books.
she escaped the other day, and she's decided to come home just last night in the middle of me fucking
Speed,
streaming.
get
Check to
rid
see
of-
if she's
get rid of
pregnant.
that, because it's like, I can't see Will's cat.
Oh,
There.
oh,
yeah.
nice.
I
Oh,
can't.
it's a silver gray one.
It's
Well, okay,
I forget what the
I would love
morph
to
is,
see
but
it,
it's a tortoise shell.
Okay.
Speed, the
What-
message, the thing on here,
Thing.
you're still showing it.
I'm showing what? You have sexual attraction to books.
No, the message, but the message from Immutable. Like I'm trying to see Will's cat. There you go.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. That's the problem. Well, let me get rid of the share screen thing. I think I'm done with this shit.
There we go. There's the fucking cat.
Now we can look at the
Meow.
cat. I'll throw myself down here. Throw Will up there. Nice kitty. I got two kitties. But
I had two. One ran away. I don't know where the hell it went. It was an outdoor cat, and then one night it just didn't come home. So I don't know what the fuck happened.
And that Mr.
Right
Truck,
next to doubt.
Mr. Truck
Vadim
got him.
Newquist stole my fucking cat. I maintained that. He waited till I was streaming to release the cat back into my possession. So fuck you. He fucked me over. I was supposed to be on Modern Day Debate last night, and I explained the shenanigans involved in that. And Jim Majors and his stupid fucking mustache can eat me, because he was kretching about, we changed the time on you last minute and you can't show up. And I was like, well, I'm actually in town now, earlier than I thought I was going to be, so I might make it. And he's like, well, we can't have we have an audience. We can't have a show on Might Make It. We have to start on time. And he was 40 minutes late for his own show, and he didn't even show. It was some other Yahoo that I'd never seen before. So it's like, yeah, it's cute. And they done it before to my buddy John too, who everybody hates. So
what was the debate on last night?
9/11.
They
Really?
had creationist they had Conspiracy Castle on. The dude doesn't even believe dinosaurs existed. He believes the world is flat. Vaccines cause autism. Every kind of autistic fucking conspiracy that there is. He believes all of them at face value, which I think is just as bad as believing the official stories of these things. So,
So I guess so if it's just as bad as believing the official stories, I guess you believe nothing.
there's a comfortable middle ground.
Believe nothing.
Yeah.
Oh well, you are an enigma wrapped in a body.
I was listening.
Yeah,
to
I've been called that by multiple people on various occasions. It's not
Yeah, I've been called the polar opposite of myself all my life. People have called me the polar opposite of myself.
I mean, I've been called an idiot my entire life, but hey, who's counting?
And that apparently means that I usually come up with some really off the fucking wall idea that seems to make just completely counter itself.
I must be an evil genius because I'm stroking my cat menacingly.
Stroking your cat menacingly.
Okay. Hold on. Immutable, you and I are gonna talk about what you just said.
What did he say? As long as
as long as you're not barbecuing babies, we're all good. There are some books that
help
don't
you,
need to
all
star
books
this
are
planet
educated
to presence any longer.
Well, I think books are like sacred, and I mean, you can burn the Bible or the Quran because there's a fucking million of them out there, as long as it isn't the last copy, right? Don't burn the.
You're not gonna. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't if all the Bibles in the world were burned except for the original one that's at the what is it, the big fucking library in New York City, the first printed.
To hell with books. Go the digital age.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Digital
burn
books.
that one.
Digital
I wouldn't
books.
burn the original.
Digital books. Sorry.
Because I don't know if you know this, but there's a long history of Jewish literature being burned en masse. So burning one of which there are billions, if not trillions, of copies floating around on the planet, and in digital format and other formats are available.
Not
You
just an
know-
enigma wrapped in a pony. Go fuck yourself.
So how the fuck did Immutable Destiny get from burning books to barbecuing babies? I mean, that's a stretch, isn't it?
But yeah,
Yeah, I know,
So-
and also what he just said. Like,
Oh. Enigma
is
wrapped
that
in
a pony to you?
Goddamn, that makes sense for some reason. Midnight.
yeah, that is creepy. What kind of weeaboo shit is that avatar? Jesus Christ,
Which one?
Imachimo.
Which one?
Top right for me. I
Midnight?
believe
Oh,
I'm
Midnight.
looking at it now. Yeah, there we go.
I really don't feel like going into the explanation of what this character is.
I really don't feel like explain. My sexual proclivities is not the business of you. Okay.
That's what an enigma wrapped in a pony looks like.
Please don't ask questions about my degenerate sexual
I
preferences.
mean, does that look like a pony to you? Just because she's purple doesn't mean she's not human.
It's purple, guy. Purple. You guys don't get the
Talk about
references
autism.
because
No, I
EMC's
do.
not
No.
here.
I do. I get the reference of and those games are real autism, even though they're popular.
What does Will think a legit source for autism research?
You know what,
is
Brainbug? I wouldn't take anything Will says seriously. Like
I thought
anything at all.
National File, guys.
I always thought purple people were people that died.
Oh shit!
Speed removed him, but he just.
I did not remove him. He just disappeared.
Well, I know. I'm just.
I don't know what happened. He just disappeared. It's crazy, guys.
I
was
was just
just funny.
listening to him, and then he just fucking disappeared. He like
just-
self-destructed right in front of my eyes, man.
You know what he probably did? He probably had chat open on mobile, and then he clicked the wrong X button. I've done that a
Yeah.
lot.
That
Yeah.
happened.
A legit source of autism research. I don't fucking know. I've read countless papers.
I'm not sure.
I mean, like, because I'm autistic, I was like, okay, so what now? Because for the longest time, I was
diagnosed autistic.
I've been officially diagnosed autistic. When I
That
was
explains so
diagnosed, it was Asperger's, but now it's all ASD. So because the DSM-5 changes their bullshit all the time. So.
It doesn't. It's not that they change their bullshit all the time. It it gets updated. You know what I mean? They find new information. They'll be like, oh, okay, well, we thought it was this. You know what I mean? Psychology.
Well,
like
they've
any science,
integrated Asperger's into just another part of the spectrum. So they've relieved the DSM-5 of an additional diagnosis for something that is a spectrum.
Let me help you, or trying to say all books are educational and shouldn't be burned. Thank you, Laurie.
All books are educational. I don't think so. I don't think.
Well, yeah, Rupert Sheldrake.
Well, that depends on how you find educational, right? It's like you know what I mean. If you read this is an interesting topic, but I doubt you want to have it.
So anyway, yeah, there's this guy in Australia who believes that autism is like the next step in human evolution, and he's like
Could be.
one of the primary authorities on autism, I guess.
I mean, how
being
can
one
it
of-
be the next step in human evolution if it's been around forever? It's just if you just diagnosed it in the 1800s.
Well, they say that it hasn't actually, but this guy does anyway. I'd have to bring it up. I don't remember because I'm not really like super gung ho about the autism thing, other than to spread awareness by having a YouTube channel where I'm autistic on it. So this guy believes that autism hasn't been around very good. This guy believes that autism hasn't been around for that long, and that it spontaneously generated as an evolutionary trait that arises sometime around the Industrial Revolution, or I think maybe primarily the agricultural revolution, when we stopped being nomadic. I don't know if I agree with that, but that's what he says. So
well, I guess that sounds interesting and all, but I'm wondering whether whether there's any like research to back that up. Like
I don't have it offhand, but
Wait,
I mean,
hold
I could go get it for my show tonight. We could just talk about it briefly.
Well, hold on. Do you remember the guy who wrote the book? Like, what book did he write? Because I did recently buy a book, Autism: Transhumanism's Dirty Little Secret, which I gotta tell you sounds insane right off the bat.
Yeah, I don't think that's it. I don't think that's the guy. But there's like autism, so what do they call it? It's not autism specifically. It's like a neurotypical supremacy or something like that. That people who
Well, a neuro, you know, if a
A
neuro,
neurotypical
oh, no,
what?
hang on. A
yeah
neurotypical people have existed since antiquity. You know what I mean? If you go throughout
yeah
history,
they have no. But what I'm saying, what I guess what their argument is that they're superior genetically.
I
Um,
mean, I know a
I
few
don't know.
friends who would argue against that.
So what do they
Yeah,
know
I would
about?
I would say there's neurotypical people and neurodivergent people, and then people, who just identify as wibbly wobbly or whatever the hell. I try to keep up with this shit, but the person that should be citing this, my co-host, second chair, is not here to just fucking be my Jamie to my Rogan. Uh, so because I know what I'm talking about. I'm on mobile. I just fucking, if I X out of this for any reason, I'm just gorn. So, but I'll bring it up on my show. It'll be fine.
So what is your show on? On autism?
Tonight we're going to be doing a 9/11 debate because
Oh.
that didn't happen with me because of shenanigans. And if nobody takes me up on that, we'll probably open it up a little bit. And then if that's not working out, I've got a plan C, which is we're just going to make that show what would have been next week's show, this week's show, which was supposed to be this week's show until the 9/11 debate got canceled, which is interviewing Von Helton chronologically about every event in his
Oh
life.
boy, that's weird.
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
What the fuck is a hammy sink? Lippy lippy and pipey sinking. You'll know what that means.
If you can find any value in mine from Mein Kampf, be my guest.
I don't. Okay.
I read that when I was like in 8th grade. It was like
Okay. Why are people so afraid of reading certain books? Are they so afraid that that they're going to be swayed by their ideas?
Yeah, because people are so mentally derelict that they believe things the first time they read them, I guess.
Yeah, that
or
is
that-
just no. That
Yeah.
wow. Okay, if that's the reason, that is just dumb. What is
Okay,
genetic
so to clarify
superior?
what the author means by genetically superior is that there's an X and Y axis of success over time. The time is measured in the total lifespan of a person, and the success is measured
whoops.
in its own axis of the ability to make money or have gainful employment, and the general what's the word for it? Propagation of their belief systems or thoughts. So, somebody like I've heard people say that, Hawking was autistic, Hitchens was autistic, fucking Einstein was autistic. So
Yeah, but
anybody,
see, that's applying that's applying the label after the fact. I
yes,
guess
that
during
is
the fact or
that
whatever.
is true.
In case of Stephen Hawking.
That's factually accurate that people will do that. They'll say that people from antiquity were autistic because they think outside the box, and that there's no possible way that an ordinary, normal functioning so-called human being could possibly have come up with any of this stuff because they're just intelligent. And usually that autism and that IQ thing are cross-referenced as basically being synonymous. When it's obviously not the case.
How does the author explain, people on the autism spectrum who are, how do I put this nicely?
So what do they know about the brain wiring of an autistic person or the brain scans? What are the differences that
I believe there is a genetic component to that, like everything, but
yeah, so he makes some strange link between Ashkenazim. I forget what genetic marker it is that they use. It's something about being Ashkenazim Jew and the link to higher IQ, and they cross-reference that with autism data. But I'm pretty sure it's a cherry-picked study, to be honest with you, on that account. So what's my? That's why I said I don't know what you consider legitimate, because it seems like a lot of these studies are all over the place. But as far as does autism exist? Yeah, obviously. I don't. But
I mean, you're living proof. Again, so am
right.
I. Even though I've never been
Right.
diagnosed.
I don't know how to quantify autism as like what is and isn't on the spectrum, because I'm not. First of all, I'm not a clinician, and second of all, I'm the only expertise I have in autism is my own personal experience,
Yeah,
which is
but
obviously
honestly,
subjective. So
yeah,
it's not even worth
honestly,
mentioning.
some people who were, who were labeled. We just talked about this. But some people who were labeled autistic or just labeled that because they're weird, so they must be autistic, or
Yeah,
maybe
I'm ASD
just weird.
skeptical because when I was a child, they told me I had everything from, a personality disorder to ADHD, and then finally they landed on autism. So it does seem to me like they're just fucking guessing, but that's my
Well,
personal
it
experience.
is.
It's not.
It is kind of guessing, but at the same time, it's made. This is based on data collected over decades.
Hey,
You know what I mean?
speed of sound of gravity, your prefrontal cortex is a little wobbly, and where the hell is the?
Right
I,
there.
is yeah, it's a little well, it's a little more forward than that, but it's
Anthony. That's Anthony Maurice. And
oh,
Oh, so it's not yours, right? It's someone else.
no, I can't. No, mine. Is more like.
it's looking a little smooth there, buddy.
Yeah.
Smooth
Well,
brain. Like I really love it. People say that because
this
it's
is Tony. Mine
I
is
don't
more
see it
like
with the
like bulgy like
what-
that. You know.
that looks like cancer to me, literally.
Oh, no, that's actually what my
Uh,
brain looks like. I see you.
I'm sorry.
Diagnosed.
Good luck with chemo. Anyway, so
You were diagnosed with autism. I was diagnosed as hopeless.
I mean,
diagnosed as obese. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
No.
no, he said hopeless. And besides,
Oh, hopeless.
besides,
I thought you said obese, and I was like, well, that's not
I was
funny.
diagnosed with hopeless at about age
Yeah.
4. So
Diagnosed.
even
I was diagnosed with hopeless. Can I
love
please
you.
get one of the drugs?
yeah.
Yeah, no, fuck that. They've been trying to get me on drugs forever. I'm like, yeah, you keep those for yourself, buddy.
I remember getting my diagnosis and not really knowing much about autism at the
I
time.
mean, I was on Prozac in 2012, and before that, some drugs that nearly fucking killed me. But fuck drugs.
Is that a pickle in the brain? Is that okay?
It's Pickle Rick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I can't draw for shit. But
But I
anyway,
remember being diagnosed, and I go, okay, I'm autistic, so now what? What do I do? And they're like, well, you're an adult, so nothing. You just have to live with it. And I go, oh, you mean what I've been doing? And he goes, yeah. And I was like, so this has been pointless. And he's like, pretty much. And I was like, great. But he said, well, we've eliminated the idea of you having ADHD, so that's good. And I was like, is it? I don't get free legal dope anymore. It sucks.
Anyway,
That's what it is. It's like the meds are basically fucking speed. It's just I've just been on speed my whole life. And people wonder why I'm like such a neurotic fuck. It's the drugs. You know what's funny is that Knock's name, Nakasuchi, aka the Raging Atheist, the artist formerly known as now the Rage or some nonsense. His Twitter handle is brain addled like a pickle. So I don't know why he changes it so frequently, but that's what it is this week. So this is your
I'm Pickle Rick.
references.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see what is going on here. Look, P Mars is in. I am the way for you, my children.
oh
I know
God.
nobody likes P Mars, but I let him hang around a little bit because
So
sometimes he says things that are entertaining.
What is the story with P Mars? I've heard a lot of bad things about him, but then when I've seen him on streams, I never heard him do anything bad. So what the fuck is
he went into Quentin's stream and was like, I'm gonna say the N-word, and then he said the N-word over and over and over again.
Oh my God. Oh, that's how he got famous.
Yeah, because he thought it was funny. And then I went on Smokey's stream because they were like, P. Mars isn't a real Christian. And I was like,
Well,
let me be
hang
the
on.
judge of that.
I've been around this community 3 years on and off, kind of whatever. And there was this one time when I was walking and I was watching Sean, like Sean, what the fuck is his name? Sean, whatever, some guy show, Sean, what the fuck is his name? He's the, he debates flat Earth.
Oh, riveting. Okay.
No, I know. He debates flat Earth, but he's not a flat earther. That's should have specified. But he had a stream, right? Then then suddenly P Mars came in and showed porn. I watched it happen live while I was walking.
That's awesome. Okay, so P. Mars, that's kind of funny. That would get old after a little while. I'm gonna go in my car and smoke. It's kind of chilly out here. But we're trying to teach P. Mars how to be funny without being a cunt about it. So, saying the N word over and over again, kind of has its place in society, I guess, somewhere there. I don't know. Not an expert. I'm not sure where, actually.
Anywho, this has actually been fun, but I gotta get back. I gotta get back to doing my own thing.
I have to get back to Gulag. Let's talk to you later. I have to round up all the political dissidents. I will see you later. Yeah. Fuck it. Midnight Sparkle. Yeah. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck ponies. Fuck your weeaboo garbage. And well, hopefully I'll see you tonight on my stream.
He said he never showed porn. That is a lie.
I disagree. I think that
I did not have sex with that girl. I did. Whatever. Fuck.
I wouldn't be surprised if Pimar was the guy who showed the meat spin on Brett Keene's live stream when he was still around. I wouldn't be shocked. Epic trolling style, I guess.
I wouldn't let him into my stream on Sunday because I was afraid of him because his reputation had him.
Well, I've been babysitting and he's been all right. He went to my Discord and we just spent like an hour or two making fun of him and he stood there and took it like a good little boy. So I gotta give him credit for being able to.
Okay, that's not a vile rumor, but sure, P Mars, whatever the hell you say. Cool.
Okay. It don't matter. I mean, if somebody's using a P Mars lookalike thing, then that's the one that showed porn. That's all I have. The only evidence I have. But
yeah.
This is why I hate the internet sometimes. It's so fucking easy to frame someone else.
Oh, it is.
P Mars, I gotta update your logo. I don't know what that is that you're doing there, but like you stop. I don't.
What is that?
Oh, I do fear you.
Look in the art section. Look in the art section of my Discord, P Mars, and just tell me that I'm not qualified to do your new logo. So I'm trying to upgrade the. I'm trying to upgrade the internet here. I'm trying to upgrade everyone's game.
Edward Juliak.
Anywho, I'm gonna go. It's been fun, Steve.
See you midnight. Yep.
Right, say hi to your drug dealer for me. Anyway.
So, do you want to know about pickles?
Sure. Let's go into the history of pickles.
Anyway, this is your brain, okay? And I got to get another color so I can. What the fuck? Come on, give me a break. Okay, so this is your brain.
What fucking country are you from?
Me?
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Oh, that's why you don't sound American, because it's basically Canada Light, right? Gotcha.
Yeah, northern Minnesota, like the far fucking north.
Oh, there. Yeah, so really fucking Canada. All right.
In the Arrowhead.
Oh, we don't in Minnesota, we don't have soda. In Minnesota, we got grape drink, Faygo, and root beer.
Okay, we don't fucking talk like that on the Arrowhead.
Bird Coupe,
That's Western Minnesota and fucking Fargo.
That's Western Minnesota. Do you know what you sound like?
No.
You probably listen to your own streams. It's pretty bad.
Why would I do that?
Yeah, why would I?
Who would ever fucking listen to this shit?
I know. What asshole would listen to their own streams and laugh? Yeah.
I know.
Who does that? What a fucking... You know what's funny is there's a word in Yiddish that sounds like a derogatory term for a homosexual, but all it means is little bird, and we use it all the time to troll goyim because they have no idea what the fuck it actually means. It's fagala, and it doesn't mean homosexual at all. There's a separate word for that I won't say. So, but at the expense of me being accused by Dragnet Silvis of being homophobe or whatever, despite the fact that I used to be a homosexual. So I say used to be because now I've moved to pan, but I'm in a hetero relationship with a woman and I'm happily married. So, well, well, splitting hairs again.
Quite a history.
Hmm. I love that. I was kicked out of the LGBTQIA fucking community on Facebook for not being gay enough. I used to identify as bisexual, and they're like, "What that means is only two genders. It's bi," and they're like very biphobic or whatever. And so I just like, okay, I'm pan. I'll fuck anything. Like I have 3 rules. It has to be alive. So, a pulse, consenting, able to consent, and human. And that's pretty much it. I don't have a whole lot of rules.
Wait a minute. Is necrophiliac sex, is that actually, can a dead person not be
A dead person cannot consent. That's true. I don't, maybe it's,
yeah, but can they not consent? I mean, they're dead.
They can consent before they die. Like, hey, okay, so like your dad can be like, and Brett Keane has said this before as like a kind of like a troll question. He's like, what if your dad says, hey, if you want to fuck my corpse or let somebody else fuck my corpse after I'm dead, that's cool. I'm not down with that. I wouldn't fuck a corpse even if the corpse consented before it was a corpse. So
yeah, but
I had to add that one because I had to add corpse because Brett Keane is a dick. So,
but if there isn't a last will and testament that specifically forbids it, I mean, is that non-consensual? I don't know. This is
there's something called implied consent. So
necrophilia is a gray area.
Yeah,
I think.
I mean, I have reverence for the dead, but that's because I'm Jewish. I suppose if the corpse was a goy, it wouldn't count. That's what the Habatniks up in fucking Quebec fucking think anyway. Because they come down here and they find a nice little shiksa, and they, despite the fact that they're married, they plow them in Atlantic City and do all kinds of horrible shit. It's all right to get a prostitute as long as they're not Jewish. That's what they think. So whatever. But that's because they're Canadian, not because they're Jewish, that they believe that, because Canadians are horrible people. So I maintain that.
Well, I'm a liberal, so I'm...
With the exception of a few lovely humans that I've met. But, exception is not the rule. Jesus.
What the fuck?
What the fuck are you doing over there? Fucking doodling like a nincompoop.
I'm doodling. I don't know. I got this new program and on my iPad, and I'm just doodling because if I doodle, I engage a part of my mind that needs to engage. Like if I go to an interview, if I don't bring a pencil and a piece of paper and write doodles on it, I fuck the interview up. So
very good.
It engages a part of my mind. But just drawing pickles and stuff like that. This was supposed to be a highbrow show until you fucking showed up.
Yeah, no, you let me in. You forfeited that right as soon as I was allowed into here. My reputation precedes me. As does P. Mars, of course. So, but you made one good judgment call today. So,
which one was that?
On a scoreboard, Oh. Call it a day.
It means they are fake atheists. What's a fake atheist?
Yeah. What's funny is do you remember, are you an atheist or what are you? What is that before I
hard atheist, hard atheist.
All right, so are you a fan of Nakasuchi?
Yeah, I like him a lot.
Do you remember, I probably won't say her name, and I don't know if her pronoun is her, so I'll just say, what does she go by? She's some kind of pagan. Trying to remember what the hell she goes by. Aaliyah Kai, that's it. Aaliyah Kai. Do you remember her?
No. Aaliyah.
She co-hosted the show for a while.
Oh, really? Probably before I got on the YouTubeverse.
Yeah. Well, they had a falling out or whatever, and she left the show, and she fell into circles of people in that atheist community that I just did not like. And I made a criticism of her paganism, and I called her paganism goofy atheism. And I'm friends with the Amazing Atheist, and it's fairly well known, I think, at this point that that's a fact. And the Amazing Atheist did a very similar video about her recently because a bunch of people sent him one of her videos about how paganism is not goofy atheism. And he rebutted that, I think, fairly well. And then I was accused of having something to do with that. So that yet another example. They are fake atheists. Yes, I think that most pagans are fake atheists, especially the eclectics. Like, what are you doing? Why? I was busting Satanist balls over the same thing not that long ago because the Satanist was like, you haven't read the Satanist Bible. I was like, of course I fucking have. I read everything. And I explained to him that he doesn't know what's in his own book. I said that there are real Satanists that exist, but you're not one of them because you don't worship Satan. You are a goofy atheist. You've ascribed a group of tenets to yourself based on a romanticization of the character Satan, as in Lucifer, not the Judeo-Hasatan, but the fall and the hell and burning and all that shit, and the sort of the romantic story behind that, and you've taken that to be, well, Satan, the character that I totally don't believe exists, right, is a good allegory for how I feel about God. And what it is you're an atheist. Just own it. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with being an atheist. But just own your shit. How about that? How about that? And he didn't like that very much. So a lot of these religions, so-called, are just goofy atheism, and that's fine, but just call it what it is.
Goofy atheism.
Yeah.
So Smokey, I had an exchange with Smokey. It was really interesting. So he knows. So I call myself a secular Buddhist, which means I have a certain philosophy about psychology, right? About like if I really
goofy atheism. Okay, go on.
Okay, fuck you. I basically I don't really exist. So why should I be overly attached to my own death? And when I die, I'll be released from all this bullshit and anxiety and whatever. So anyway, Smokey asked me if I thought that when you died, you got nirvana, right? And I thought, okay, nirvana would mean I don't even care. I don't care enough that it wouldn't even bother me if I had a booger in my nose when I was in my coffin, because I don't give a shit about anything anymore, right? So that's called nirvana. So then he says, okay, so you think Hitler is in nirvana? And I'm like, well, yeah, technically he's dead. So then Smokey went off on me with this whole fucking thing about, oh, you trash clone, you think Hitler's in nirvana after murdering 6 million Jews. And I'm like, no, Smokey, I said he was dead.
Right. So I conceptualize existence in a similar way. Some people analogize my conceptualization of reality to that of the Matrix sort of simulation thing. I just substitute one word for another. So the way I look at it is that we are currently existing in a dream state. We simultaneously exist and do not exist. We are part of the inner machinations of a larger Godhead, a sleeper, a dreamer. And we are part of the dream, and we are also part of the dreamer. And it's a panentheistic look at how Jews conceptualize God and existence and afterlife, which is that at some point you zero sum and you either become part of the dreamer entirely or you're recycled as material inside the dream. So let me give a lay explanation for people who hate all this pretentious big word nonsense. So here's what it is. We're inside of a dream, and the only way to wake up is to die, just like inside of a normal dream, right? So just because you die, you're part of the inner machinations of the dream. Does that necessarily mean that you are going to wake up as part of the dreamer, the subconscious of the dreamer? It doesn't necessarily mean that.
Okay, sorry.
There's two states that you can exist in. You can either zero sum out of existence, or you can become the avatar, the dreamer in the dream, and accomplish something. And the goal of the dream, as sort of like a simulation, I guess, if you want to think of it that way, is to figure out what the goal of the dream is. And we're all just doing that to the best of our ability. And that's how I justify supernatural things happening, is because they can't happen in a static world where everything is material and fairly predictable on a base science level. So when somebody has a supernatural experience, for me, it was a group trip on DMT where we all had the same hallucination, I guess, at the same time about the same things occurring in the same order and the same experience that was recorded afterwards. A phenomenon which has been fairly well documented by much more learned people than myself. I realized that there are supernatural, because I went from an atheist to a Jew for these reasons. I realized that there are some things that in my life that I just cannot explain with science. So I have to chalk that up to something, and I chose Judaism because it makes the most sense of all of the religions that I've come in contact with, and that most Jews do not believe in a literalistic interpretation of the Bible. In fact, there's a lot of Jews that throw out all the stories altogether and just keep the law just because. So that is the explanation.
So basically, Maya, or the dreaming Godhead, is pretty much the idea behind Buddhism, and
right.
it's sort of a it's a metaphor to explain that the universe manifests itself as you for about 10 to 100 years or whatever, and then you disappear back into the dream. But of course, you're not going to wake up as some sort of a thing like yourself, right? I mean,
right.
It's like, yeah, it's just
correct. And that's how I conceptualize Mashiach. Mashiach is the dreamer itself, him, her, whatever. We don't know what's outside of it, because the only way to get outside of it is to wake up and become something other than yourself. Everybody that you see, everything that you see is just a manifestation of the inner subconscious of the dreamer. That's how, like, for example, I can't go out into the vacuum of space and say, let there be light where there is none. It just won't work. So, but the dreamer can, because it's the dreamer's dream. It's the only way that in a scientific or pseudoscientific way you can explain any of the passages in the Bible functioning as they do literally as the word. So, that's where I'm at. So the Mashiach is basically the avatar of the dreamer in his own dream, being aware that he's dreaming. And instead of zero summing out of existence because he realizes he's in a dream and then ego dies and he wakes up, he has the arrogance, although arrogance isn't technically the word, I guess, but he has the I guess the arrogance will have to be the word, though, for now, until I find a better one. He's the arrogance to think that now he can be in control of his dream and he can become a god in and of himself, and that he's above mortal man in some way or fashion. And he will be to some extent, but the dream is just a fabrication of a reality that exists outside of him. Now, the next question would be, which is how he does miracles. But the next question would be: is it just dreamers all the way down? Well, that is the larger picture of what I'm talking about, but we don't know that. I have to deal with the dream that we're inside now for now, and when we get up to the next level, if there is one, we'll deal with that when we get there. We don't have all the pieces, and the only way to get the pieces is for the dream to end. So there you go.
Yeah, and the problem I have with all Christianity, with most religions other than secular Zen Buddhism, is that they always think that the thing that's dreaming, or the thing that basically is above everything, is like a human. And we're fucking little tiny squiggly little gobs of goo on a dust ball, and the universe is not like us. It's a lot weirder than that. It's something else entirely. So, but
Right,
so
and it even
DMT.
says oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was going to ask you about DMT, but yeah, I part ways with you on that shared experience. I think there's probably, I mean, we did acid about, I don't know, I figured it out. It had to be like over 100 times. I'm not sure how many times, back in the 60s and 70s.
Right. Yeah.
And we
Acid's
had
a
some
lot
weird
different
shit
than,
to
yeah.
us. But
I've done just about every hallucinogen that I can come in contact with, because I'm always looking for new experience. And people say, especially Christians, oh, beware of pharmakia. And I'm like, yeah, but listen, that's not a kosher understanding. And second of all, that's New Testament, and all that is bullshit made up by the Romans. But that's just my opinion, man.
well,
So
psychedelics taught me how to see.
anything that like mushrooms, and I don't think is weed technically a psychedelic. I stay away from psychotropics though, and I don't fuck with downers. No more cocaine. It's not my thing anymore.
I don't like fucking downers.
Yeah, I don't fuck with alcohol except for on Shabbos because it's a commandment. And other than that, yeah, I'm not really a fan. Never heroin, never tried it, never going to. It just seems like a bad idea. But when it comes to the psychedelics, psilocybin and other various forms of mushrooms and LSD and things of that nature, yeah, fuck with it. Ayahuasca, similar to a DMT experience, except for you vomit and shit a whole lot, which wasn't fun. You're not, as a white person, I guess I'm not supposed to be imbibing in ayahuasca, but whatever. You need a spirit guide, man. Fucking Nakasuchi, whatever.
Well,
So
the throwing up and the shits kind of put me off ayahuasca.
Yeah, but DMT is pretty good. There's plenty of ways to synthesize DMT, but I think the best experience is the natural stuff. And to be honest with you, I'm fairly certain that it's not DMT that you imbibe in directly through inhalation. I'm pretty sure that it's a catalyst molecule that triggers your body to produce DMT in the pineal gland, which is something that you experience in REM sleep. So that's another area of my ideology is not the word. But at any rate, that's another area where I connect DMT and dreams and everything, because the same molecule that's triggered in REM sleep to create dreams, and the same mechanism that's used for lucid dreaming to be inside of the dream and aware that you're in a dream and not wake up. All these things exist in our tangible, so-called physical reality that we can experience directly without the need of being awake out of the larger dream state. So if it's if you can demonstrate it and you can replicate it, and some of these DMT experiences where it's a shared hallucination, it can be replicated and documented by individuals participating in it, even skeptical-minded people. I find that fairly convincing to me, but that's just my personal thing. It's not like I'm not dogmatic about it.
A great deal to convince me of that. The shared experience. Basically, archetypes are something that we run into. But anyway,
it could be also that DMT triggers a singular experience And that the reason that you have a shared experience is because it's the same experience every time. So it's basically
Right.
like
There are
saying, well, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation DVD is a supernatural experience because every time you turn it on, everybody sees the same movie. See what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yeah,
So it
it's
could
called
also
an
be
arc.
that.
It's called an archetype, and we have a ton of them built into us from our culture and how we're brought up. And I don't know, we had some interesting and strange experiences, but nothing that could not be explained through
Right.
totally natural cause. The thing about DMT and the pineal gland, they found out that very, 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 very tiny amounts of it are produced as sort of a and you're probably not going to like this, but it was just an accidental little bit of a biochemical compound that's produced because it is likely to be produced by the biochemistry, but it isn't significant enough to have an effect. So the thing about dreams, though, is that they kind of know that dreams are involved in how you learn things and how you build long-term memories at night. That's why we have to sleep. And
Right.
dreams are very, very important for putting together. Of course, I don't really believe in dreams, but that's a whole other subject that would take a long time to unpack. So,
Well, Brett Cuny's accused me of putting an extra emphasis on dreams and integrating that into my ideology as part of a prolonged experience that I've had with strange dreams that I've had over my life, which I've kept cataloged in a dream journal since I was a much younger Will Kincaid, maybe 8 or 10 or something like that. So, and I've kept these, and there's some recurring dreams, and I've just had a general interest in it because I've been plagued with nightmares pretty much my whole life. And I experimented with lucid dreaming and psychedelics and stuff like that. But again, my personal experience is not evidence of anything. I don't say
yeah.
that. I just find it to be evidence for me personally. And I don't fucking, I'm not going to legislate my religion or anything like that. So it's inconsequential, and most people don't burn me on it on that basis. But there's some people who, give me a hard time about it. It's like, okay, that's cool. That's your thing. That's fine.
Fuck them.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
I'm
I
not
gotta
fucking
go.
hurting anybody. I don't behave any differently. You know, just because I'm in a dream, I don't jump off a fucking bridge, obviously, because I don't think that's the goal. But I
Right.
gotta get going. My phone's gonna die here in a
I
minute.
gotta
It's
go
gonna
too. I
die.
gotta get ready for something we're gonna do at 11 o'clock, and gotta have a sandwich and take care of a few things around the house. But anyway, thank you for stopping in. Cool
Yeah,
talk.
no problem. This is probably the most intellectual I've been in a while. So,
Well, someday I'll tell you about the pickles in your brain. So
oh hell yeah,
yeah, we'll try
can't
that.
wait.
Okay. Thanks.
No problem.
Check you later. Bye. See you guys. I'm gonna end this. Let's see. I have not paid attention to chat, and goddamn, I think I have to. Hang on a second before I end this. The problem with StreamYard, chats on YouTube, I think don't appear for like a day. I think it takes them a while to process it. It's kind of like the transcripts. It takes 24 hours or so, or sometimes 2 days in order to process it. But I think they show up. But anyway, guys, I am going to leave. Thank you all for showing up. And that was interesting. I like Will a lot.